Alright guys, back out here on the Gehl skid steer. Got the carburetor cleaned up obviously and starting to put it back together. Got the throttle shaft in there and choke shafts in here. Kind of just like any old carburetor putting it together, but I didn't want to make one notable thing here on this little fuel pump deal they have. It took me a while to think about it, but I finally got it figured out. I didn't know how it come apart because this piece here that held it all together fell apart in the cleaner when it was cleaning. That thing goes in there like that, but underneath that there's a check ball which I think allows it so that when it gets enough vacuum then it starts letting fuel past, or it's got to build up enough pressure to overcome this little spring here. When it goes down the hole, you put the ball in because it's pumping fuel from here and it's going to come up here and go through this jet. But anyway, you put the ball in, then you put the spring in. If I can get a hold of it. And it goes in. And I couldn't figure out where this little square piece went. It's just a little rectangle, but then I realized all of a sudden the reason it's square, it goes in there too, but the reason it's square is to allow fuel to go past it. It still holds the spring down on four corners, but then it allows fuel to go past, and so it took a little bit of thinking, but I came up with that, or at least that's my thinking on it anyways. Oops, of course I dropped it. But that thing goes in there like that, and then I think I got to figure out which one of these fits better. The little circle gaskets goes on. But anyway, that's where I'm at with that, so I wanted to share that with you. Alrighty, they sent several different sizes of O-ring, and I matched up the one that came out. Goes on the air horn there, I call it, or it's a Venturi is what that is. Chokes the air down and creates a vacuum so that it sucks fuel. But anyway, gotta kind of check these kits because sometimes the parts aren't always the same, and this one, the needle valve's a little different. It'll work, but the original one is just a little longer, so I had to bend the tab on the float this way just a little bit to compensate for the shorter push stem on the needle valve. Snug that up, and float can still open that much, which is fine because it does have a recessed area up in the top there for it. Alrighty, got the carburetor on it. Throttle cable off of it. I think it got into the flywheel and chewed the whole thing up there, so I got a Gehl dealer had one in stock, and so I gotta pick that up tomorrow. Dumped the oil in it. It holds about a gallon of oil. Of course, I don't got an owner's manual or anything for it, so just kind of winging it there. And that's one. By the time it fills the filter, that's probably about what it'll be at. A little over full right now. I'm not a big fan of working on skid steers. They're a pain in the butt to work on. And this is one of the easier ones I've worked on. I worked at a New Holland dealer when I was in college, and so I worked on a fair amount of them there. New Holland makes pretty good skid steers, just skid steers are a pain in the butt to work on. But anyway, my last predicament. So I gotta put the fuel pump on, battery, and then hook up the fuel system. I think it's ready to start it as long as I don't have some big horrendous electrical problem. But the problem I'm having right now, plastic fitting goes into a plastic tank. Threads are stripped out. They tried to silicone it at one time, so I'm hoping put a bunch of pipe tape around it, kind of build the threads up, because there is a little bit of threads left in the tank. Hopefully I can get it to bite enough and seal. Trouble is, gas is so hard on all these sealants you put on there, and let it dry, it just eat through it. But if anybody's got an idea, let me know. Probably make this kind of a short little video, because hopefully the next video will be me trying to start it, as long as everything goes according to plan. But anyway, it's going to be a short one here, so thanks for watching.